DEADPIT.com.
Howdy folks, it's the Creepy Kentuckian here once again from DEADPIT.com. Haul video for the month of March, all the stuff that I picked up throughout the month of March, stuff that I got in for my birthday. I turned 29 once more. Definitely, if you like these sort of videos, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate all the supports. The subscriptions are finally starting to grow a little bit more after about a 5-year hiatus from YouTube. We definitely appreciate everyone checking the website out. We had a new podcast up this past Friday showcasing the Patreon Roundtable with Michael Slipcase Felcher. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out as well. And again, we appreciate all the support, everything that you guys do. With that, I want to get straight into the video, and I've got a lot of stuff this month. First things first, I want to get into some DVD stuff that I picked up. Most of this stuff I picked up at the Goodwill store, or a couple of different Goodwill stores. Just going to go through it really quickly here. My local Goodwill started to mark down their DVDs from $1.99 to just $1. So I'm a little bit less picky on DVD titles, especially for movies that I'm sure suck, but I wanted to kind of check out at some points. This one was one of those movies, Jeepers Creepers 3. It's the theatrical edition. I'm not really sure what's the difference between if there's a unrated, theatrical, whatever. Haven't heard many good things about this movie. If anything, it brought out more of Victor Salva's past, or at least it opened the eyes up of those that didn't know anything that went on back then. But this one come out 2017. Never did check it out. Not a big fan of Jeepers Creepers films. Well, the first one was pretty good. But anyway, I'll at some point, if I'm bored enough one night, I'll stick this in the player. Another one, the exact same haul, the exact same store actually, $1. I didn't own this on anything other than VHS tape, which the VHS tape looked like it had been mangled by Bigfoot himself. Anyway, The Legend of Boggy Creek, Charles B. Pierce, the original from the early, what year was it, 72? 73? I don't know. Sometime in the 70s is when this came out. I can't remember. But I didn't own it on anything. I think it's remastered now on Blu-ray and recently was released. So, but yeah, I'll probably never buy that. Check this one out. It's fun. The Legend of Bigfoot is way better than The Legend of Boggy Creek, though. Just my opinion. Another one, Goodwill special for $1. It's the Earnest movies that I am not as familiar with. Earnest in the Army, Earnest Goes to Africa, and Earnest Goes to School. Yeah, I think these are some of the last ones that he did in the mid to late 90s. So, yeah, the Earnest films, big fan of Jim Varney, who actually is from Kentucky. His burial place is in Lexington, Kentucky, and we visited that before. So, yeah, I would say I'm a big Earnest fan. So I picked that up from this was another one that was $1 at the Ashland Goodwill, one of my many travels to the Critter fans' hometown. I'm a completist, so that's probably why I got this, and it had the slipcase. So, Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever. I cannot for the life of me get that stupid Walmart sticker off of there. I'm going to take a hairdryer, but I hate that. Why can't you put it in the fucking corner? Anyway, Ty West directed. Better than the original Cabin Fever. This one I picked up on eBay really cheap. I'd had it in my watch list for a while. Bonnie and Clyde versus Dracula. When we were talking about those films from this time period that are lost almost, nobody ever references these movies. Odds are they're never getting re-released on anything. This is one of them. We put this one over pretty hardcore. So hardcore, in fact, that they quoted DEADPIT Radio on the back, which is another cool reason to pick this one up. I'm kind of a whore in that regard. But this one came out from Indicon Pictures, 2011. Tiffany Shep is Trent Haga. Good movie. some great shots with Tiffany in it, and it is off the fucking chain. Last one's a new one that I picked up. We had reviewed this one it's probably been about 10 years ago, but we put it up last year for Christmas reviews, To All a Good Night, which, since the last time we reviewed this movie, has gotten a official release from Kino Lorber Studios. And I made a couple of orders from Kino in the last little bit, and this is one of them. It is To All a Good Night. David Hess directed this movie. Not a very good movie, from what I can recall. But they say that the transfer helps it a little bit. It does look better. You can actually see what's going on in it. They did release this on Blu-ray as well. From what I can recall, the Blu-ray's out of print, and they had the DVD for like $8. So I picked it up. I'm guessing that there's not going to be a big difference between the Blu-ray and the DVD of a movie like To All a Good Night anyway. So I grabbed it, and I will be reviewing it again this coming Christmas. I like to put the holiday horror together in the right, we did April Fool's Day and Slaughter High commentaries on Patreon just this past week. The last DVD, I almost forgot about this one. I had just got this from my, actually I have a couple of DVDs left. Don't want to leave Garrett out here because we traded, if you guys keep track of the videos, I traded him an extra copy of Short Circuit 2. He sent me a couple of these DVDs. I'm like, just surprise me. There was one in particular I knew I was getting because I want to do a creepy, crappy movie review. Anyway, this was a surprise though. Bless the Beasts and Children. It's from Columbia Pictures. I think it is one of their Burn on Demand DVDs. And it actually does sound like something I would like. So, Stanley Kramer production of Bless the Beasts and Children, baby! Which, from the front of it, you don't think it's like a Western or something like that. But evidently not. It is, looks like very much similar to Kenny and Company. If you're interested, read about it. I don't think it's on Blu-ray. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I will definitely check this out at some point. Just got this in, though, in the last couple of days. And this one, you can guess which one I'm going to do the creepy, crappy movie review on. This is a movie that I'm not sure if it would come out today. I don't know. Maybe it would. Maybe they will re-release it. Might be a good Vinegar Syndrome title or Arrow video or something like that. Just One of the Girls, kind of a pseudo sequel to Just One of the Guys. This one is Corey Haim dressed as a female, and oddly enough, he looks just like a fucking girl in it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of odd. This one came out in the early 90s, 92, 93, I think. There was an official DVD of it, but it's really, really hard to find and expensive. So this is one that's, I think Garrett did find the original one, and he sent me a DVD-R that he had. Perfectly fine enough to do the review for, though. Just One of the Girls. I had seen this one a few times back in the day. It was once frequent on HBO and Showtime and stuff like that. Not very PC now, though. It's very uncool to kind of make fun of transsexuals now, and I don't think they could get away with that. But it's a fun movie. I'm a big fan of the direct to VHS era Corey Haim stuff, so it was cool to pick it up. Next batch of stuff up I got from Vinegar Syndrome. Actually had picked up some of these even back in like February, I think, but I completely forgot. I've been picking up a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff lately, just because I'm a big fan of checking out a lot of the stuff that I've never seen before. I don't think I've reviewed any of these yet. I haven't watched them, but I hear good things. This one right here is from 1988, Party Line. And I think this was one that came out in the last year or so. Kind of like a slasher police drama all mashed into one. So I'm sure I'll check this one out at some point. Most of the slasher movies I'm trying to pick up from Vinegar Syndrome, so This is one to add to the collection. It's pretty cool. This is one that Uncle Bill gave me. A Christmas gift, if you will, a late Christmas gift. We kind of got together briefly about a month ago, and this is one that he had an extra copy of. And I have seen this movie before because I remember the original artwork on it, but it's been so long, man, that it's kind of a supernatural horror slasher movie. Mausoleum from 1982. A lot of these I want to check out around Halloween. So I'm kind of saving some of them for that. This one for sure I'm saving. These are some of the titles that Vinegar Syndrome came out with in January. And all these I've never seen before. I've actually never even, I think I've heard of one of them. This one right here from 1988, Dark Tower. It's a British, kind of a British movie, I believe. From 1992, Cthulhu Mansion, baby. It's kind of similar artwork to the Ruben Galindo Jr. movies. It's Juan Piquer Simon, who did, I think he did Slugs and Pieces, shit like that. So it's kind of inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, baby. And I am not sure if it's that good or not. Never seen it, never even heard of it, but I am going to check it out. And this one right here is the oldest one, 1978, Satan's Blood. You know, it's Carlos Puerto directed that one. So, yeah, 1978. I hear this is the best one of the bunch. So I think this is one that I've kind of heard of, but yeah, haven't seen it. There was a bunch of sales this past month, and I picked up quite a bit of shit from those sales. One of them that I definitely wanted to mention on here was the Kino Lorber sale. And man, like there's actually a couple more. I'm gonna go through all the Kino stuff. I purchased 2 different orders from Kino in the last month or so. So yeah, kind of went overboard. So fuck it, let's go through it. This is one that I'd always wanted to see. It's kind of like a horror comedy from the 90s. It is Highway to Hell, which I don't think they got or released from AC/DC to use the song in this movie. But this is one that C.J. Graham, who played Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 6, this is kind of one of his follow-up movies. That's the character that he plays in it. Kind of a psycho cop. But yeah, this is one that, man, like, I think I remember seeing the VHS back in the day. But Steve seems to think that this has been on HBO a lot and all that. So I may have seen it, but completely just it escapes me. I don't remember it. But yeah, that's Highway to Hell. And Kino has a sale. They really have a sale. It's like $10 a disc. So about anything that sounds good to me, I'm gonna grab. Last pickup video, I picked up the original one. So I have never seen the TV, the mid-90s sequel, Trilogy of Terror 2, which also has the little voodoo doll thing in it. This is one that debuted on the USA Network back in the mid-90s. The Attitude Era, if you will. Probably came on, you know, right before Shotgun Saturday Night or something like that back in the day. So, yeah, I picked it up. Again, it's like $10. So no harm in checking that out. This isn't a horror movie here. It's a really great movie. A lot of people don't know that. They assumed that this was a movie that Sarah wanted. Sarah's never seen this. Big fan myself of Robert Duvall. My dad got me into Robert Duvall movies. Just a ton of them over the years. Some of the old school stuff. This is one of them that's kind of old school. It came out in '83. It's a drama. It's Tender Mercies, and it's actually it's a really, really underrated one from Robert Duvall. Directed by Bruce Beresford. So yeah, True Confessions, Robert Duvall, and The Apostle is one that I checked out with my dad in theaters, in like an art house theater back when I was like 16, 17 years old when that came out. But yeah, I mean, this is like, if you're in for a good emotional type, just character driven type deal, he plays kind of like an a former country music star that is trying to get back in his family's life, and drama ensues, So happy to pick this up finally on, I think the DVD of this was out of print for a long time and it was really hard to find. And this is one of those Blu-rays that had recently came out. It's just $10. This is one that Steve talked me into getting. I've heard him brag this movie up for years. And Claudio Fragrasso, the same dude that brought us Troll 2, brought us Monster Dog with Alice Cooper under the alias Clyde Anderson. So evidently Alice Cooper has some music video type performances in this, and it's Italian, so they dubbed his voiceover with some other dude. Yeah, so this would be a fun one around Halloween, I think, to check out. This is another Italian film right here. Umberto Lenzi, Cannibal Ferox, aka Make Them Die Slowly, probably his most well-known movie. But this is one called Nightmare Beach, and it's known under a different name as well. I'm thinking it's Welcome to Spring Break or something like that is the other name for it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have seen this one before, but I think we reviewed this on the show years and years ago. But it's been so long, I have no recollection of it. John Saxon is in it, directed by, again, Umberto Lenzi. The score, Claudio Simonetti from Goblin. So yeah, it looked like a can't miss, man. So that's Nightmare Beach. One from Kino that's been aggravating the fuck out of me. And I thought at first, because I did watch this the damn day that I got the package in. I watched it because it's been so annoying. I thought the movie that I was looking for was this movie, even when I was watching it. Savage Weekend. It's from the 70s. It didn't come out until the early 80s. It was made in like 76. So it predates Friday the 13th. Has a lot of shots in it that looks like Friday the 13th. It's like a mesh between Friday the 13th and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. David Gale from Reanimator is in this as a younger man. It's kind of weird. And the guy from, what was the show? The Bob Newhart Show is one of the creepy dudes in it. Plays Larry. And remember the characters Larry and the two brothers named Daryl? Yeah, it was this guy. What was his name? William Sanderson. Yeah. So, actually, this is not too bad. It's kind of interesting to check out. It's got a lot of slow spots in it. But it is an early slasher film that, again, it was filmed in the 70s. 76. Didn't come out until 81 when kind of slashers were a big thing. I highly recommend this one. Now, the movie that I was looking for, I believe, but it's only out in Region B, I think. And I think it's like very difficult to find, is Death Weekend. I'm almost positive that that's the movie that I was looking for. But this one's not too bad. Savage Weekend. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's the transfer on it's really good. So yeah, I highly recommend you guys checking this one out from Kino. $10 is all it was. I want to try to get this in under 30 minutes. We'll see. Savage Streets, Danny Steinman, all-time classic. I had bought this one years ago and resold it, and I picked it up again. Code Red's doing a re-release on it. I'm pretty sure it's the same transfer. But if you've never seen Savage Streets, this movie is freaking killer. It's the best Linda Blair movie aside from like The Exorcist, in my opinion. Soundtrack is awesome on it. A lot of sleaze. It's great. So I picked it up again. And then one of my all-time favorites, I had to get this because look at the artwork, man. I have the original poster. I have all the other releases. So I picked the Forest up on Blu-ray in the slip. And I haven't seen the remastered version of it. Evidently, like 3 or 4 years ago, they did a new HD scan of the film. So Code Red which Code Red stuff is through Kino now. So I picked this one up to check out, more than likely around Halloween again. We're going to go through this shit quickly. Okay. Rad. This is the Mondo Steelbook with the slip. I kind of missed out on the Vinegar Syndrome release. I had no idea it was that limited and it was not going to come back in stock. So I picked this one up. I got a really good deal on it from Best Buy. They honored it was like a $12 price. They screwed the price up on it briefly, and I grabbed it for $12. Mill Creek Entertainment, along with Mondo, has this one out. It's a pretty cool package here, Steelbook. So I'm happy to get that. One that I picked up from Diabolic DVD. I've heard mixed reviews on the transfer of it. It's not HDR, so it may not actually look much different than the Blu-ray. I'm not really sure. It's the Turbine Steelbook 4K of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the German edition, which for those that don't know, 4K works in all regions. So there's not a region lock on 4K. Now, if there's Blu-ray in this that has other features and stuff like that, Blu-rays are locked. So if you don't have a region-free player, it's not going to work. But anything on a 4K disc will work on any player. So happy to have this one. I'll buy this on any format, man. Hopefully, we'll get a US edition of this, and I can sell this thing for every dime that I've got into it, so I'm not really worried about that. The other one my wife picked up just because she sent me a photo of it, and I was like, buy that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know why the hell I got this. I've got so many versions of these movies, but it was only $12.99. And odds are, if they keep re-releasing these, I'll probably keep buying them because I love the original artwork so much. It's Friday the 13th Part 2. The it's not 4K, it's a Blu-ray Steelbook from Best Buy. And they did one for Part 1 as well that I want to have to order. That has the original theatrical poster and all that on it. And they're doing them for 40th anniversary of the film. So the next one would technically be Part 3 would be next year if they're going to do it. So we will see. But I'm really liking these editions. I think if they're waiting for the 40th anniversary for each movie, it's probably not going to last up until at least the Part 8. I can't see that. But I want to keep getting them for as long as they come out. I mean, they're cheap enough and they look cool. So, and you can always just store them like a CD. I don't know what's wrong with me, folks. Sorry. Last stack of stuff here. I'm going to go through this stuff as quick as I can. This one I already reviewed on Creepy Scrappy Movie Reviews. I picked it up just for that. And the next one you can guess is also just for that. Mac and Me. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. It's just another movie that I saw as a kid and that I thought kind of sucked when I was a little boy. I didn't like it then, so I can only imagine. But I'm cracking up if they come out with these on Blu-ray. Beetlejuice in 4K. I got this for $8 or something like that on Mercari. So I probably wouldn't have bought this otherwise if it was any more than that. I hear the transfer on the 4K of Beetlejuice is really good though. This one I was sent for a review. I'm not sure why, because it's been out since January. Unearthed Films sent this. A Serbian film, which I have never seen. I'm not sure if I want to see it, but I will review it. They sent it to review, so be on the lookout for that at some point. These ones right here I had purchased, I'd actually asked for my birthday, just because I think they're fun, and they had them for a pretty decent price. From Severin Films, it is the Killer Crocodile and Killer Crocodile 2. And this one's pretty cool. Comes in a slip cover. And it has, the Killer Crocodile artwork on it, but it features both movies in separate Blu-rays. So these are kind of like Italian Killer Crocodile movies in the theme of like Jaws or something, from what I hear. So I've never seen these. I hear that they are fun. So, Killer Crocodile double feature one night. I'm down for that. And this one I'd kind of just been holding off on picking up for the longest time. Hackalantern from Massacre Video. This movie sucks, but it's kind of fun as well. It's interesting. I know I think it's on YouTube Uncut. But I picked the Blu-ray up because, again, it's going to be another fun one to watch with a group of people around Halloween. Hopefully things are improving even better with this COVID thing by then, and more people can come and have a Hackalantern live commentary, just fun evening for Halloween. So that is it. Quite a bit of shit. I went through it kind of quickly. I'm going to try to slow down for the next month because I'm running out of room. This shelf right here is already full completely, and I've got stacks over here in the corner. I need to slow down and kind of weed out some of these DVDs back there so I can make some room. But anyway, lots of stuff, lots more stuff coming next month. But I promise, guys, I won't have to slow down here. But yeah, this is some of the stuff that I picked up from this past month. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely give us a like, subscribe, check out our Patreon page, DEADPIT on Patreon.com. And thank you all for watching the video. And to keep it creepy, over at DEADPIT.com. A special thank you goes out to our supporters on Patreon. The Patreon website has a complete archive of the Dead Pit radio shows starting way back in 2005, in addition to all of the midweek shows, archived commentaries, all that good stuff. If you're interested, and we appreciate all the support, go to www.patreon.com/Into the Dead Pit. Tiers start as low as $1 per month.